To order the meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen, regular meeting of March 19th, 2024. If you'll join it's not Alderman Parker, it's my turn, in prayer and pledge. Our Heavenly Father, as we come to you today, we thank you, Father, for your love for us, your mercy and your grace for each one of us, Father. We'd ask you, Father, to bless each family that's represented, each one of our citizens that may be watching, Father, and just to watch over all and protect them. Father, we ask that you'll bless all of our employees, Father, and just keep them safe. And we ask that you guide each one of us as decisions and discussions are made tonight, that we're doing those, making those decisions for the citizens that we represent. And just watch over us and bless us all. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank y'all all for being in attendance tonight. We need to have state championship winners in multiple sports every time we have a board meeting. It's great to see the boardroom almost filled to capacity. We thank you for that. Mike Gunlock, is this this mic on?
Kenny said it's set up for you.
Kenny's got it set up for us? Okay. With that being said, roll call. Patrick?
Here.
Pete?
I'm here.
Donald?
Here.
Mikey?
Here.
Tim?
Here.
Angie?
Here.
And Bernie.
Present.
All right, we have a full board tonight. Thank y'all for being here. Public hearings, we have 5 to address. We've got a hazard mitigation plans, which we'll talk about it right off the bat. And then we have 4 other hearings that we'll have to do, and I apologize. This is something we have to do at the beginning of the meeting. I know some of y'all are here for special reasons and occasions, and congratulations to people. So we'll move forward with the hazard mitigation plan. It's a resolution for adopting the District 9 Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Need a motion to spread the
I
advertisement.
need a motion.
Second.
A motion and a second to spread the advertisement. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Pardon me?
If there's anybody here to speak.
Yeah, is there anybody here to speak for or against the hazard mitigation plan? Seeing no hands raised or bodies raised, we'll.
Motion to close.
Motion to close. We have a second?
Second.
We got 2 seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve the hazard mitigation plan.
Through resolution.
Through resolution, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. And we got a second on that. Do we have any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Pete?
Patrick.
Patrick?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Aye.
Donald's aye. Mikey?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, that makes it easier, y'all.
Yep.
Motion carries. All right, next we have 106 Lang Avenue, assessed to Celestial International Holdings Incorporated. Motion to spread the report.
Motion.
Second.
And the motion is second, spread the report. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. We got, we
There's a
still
picture.
got photos of.
I'll read the report while they're
Yeah,
looking
go
at
ahead and
that.
read it.
The Mayor and Board of Aldermen at a regular meeting duly held on February 20th, 2024, did cause to be sent via certified mail, electronic receipt requested, notice of hearing to Celestial International Holdings LLC at P.O. Box 602, Mableton, Georgia 30126, as the same appears a record on the Harrison County 2022 official real property tax rolls. The notice was delivered on March 2nd, 2024. Notice of hearing was posted on the subject property, 106 Lang Avenue in Long Beach, on February 21st by the Zoning Enforcement Officer Dale Stogner, the bulletin boards at City Hall, the Water Department, and the building office at 201 Jeff Davis Avenue, and the Long Beach Public Library, 209 Jeff Davis Avenue.
Okay. Do we have anyone speaking for or against this property? For? Okay, come to the mic and state your name and address.
My name is Sherry Messino. I've been here before. I'm at 102 North Lane, directly next to the property, trying to sell the property next to mine, and I'm just very interested to know when we can go forward with the cleanup.
Okay, all right. Anybody else to speak for?
Ma'am, before you sit down, because we're gonna be doing this for 4 properties within it. Is that your statement for all of them, or do we need her to come back up each and every time?
Council, can you,
Does she,
She's, as I understand, you were interested in the one that's actually next on the agenda, the assessed to Lloyd Bullard Jr. Is that the one you wish to speak on, or?
or all of them?
The one that the
building,
squatters
the
living
building
on
and all
with
that
all
are
the
gone.
garbage.
Okay.
That's,
So I think the board can recognize that's her opinion with respect to the next item on the agenda as well.
I'm trying to save you from getting up 5 times. So, there we go. Perfect.
And Zero Lang Avenue, that's in,
That's all within, they're all,
so they're all tied together, and you're stepping forward for us to be able to take care of this for all 4 of those properties.
greatly appreciate that.
Okay, we're gonna list you as wanting all 4 of them taken care of.
Yep.
All right, thank you, hon.
Will there be a date given today as to when that cleanup will be done?
So if the property is adjudicated tonight, they have 10 days to clean it, and then after that, the city can go in and clean.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hope before the next board meeting, it'll be clean, one way or the other.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody against, seeing, hearing none, entertain a motion?
motion to close.
Second. You got a motion and a second to close. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. I need a motion.
Make a motion to adjudicate.
Second. You got a motion and a second for adjudication. Any discussion?
Discussion, this one seems to be, if you looked at it, am I misleading? Is that part of it in the back?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you,
I withdraw my,
get your hand off of
Can we
your
tear
eye.
can we tear the shed down?
that's
Well-
not on this one.
That's, is that the next one?
That's not on this one.
Right,
That's why I wanted to make sure.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So any further discussion?
none.
Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have 106 North Lang Avenue, assessed to Lloyd S. Bullard Jr. A motion and a second, spread report.
Motion.
We got a motion and a second to spread. Any further discussion? All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries.
The Mayor and Board of Aldermen at a regular meeting duly held on February 20th, 2024, did cause to be sent via certified mail electronic receipt requested notice of hearing to Lloyd S. Bullard Jr. at 645 Amberwood Drive in Villa Rica, Georgia, 30180. As the same appears a record on the Harrison County 2022 official real property tax rolls. That notice was returned to sender. The notice of hearing was also posted on the subject property, 106 North Lang Avenue in Long Beach, on February 21st by Zoning Enforcement Officer Dale Stogner, the bulletin boards at City Hall, the Water Department, and the building office at 201 Jeff Davis Avenue, and the Long Beach Public Library, 209 Jeff Davis Avenue.
We got a motion and a second, spreading the report as read.
Pictures.
The
There,
pictures
that way.
are,
Sorry.
okay. Y'all seen them all on the
Yes, sir.
left side?
Yes, sir.
My left side? Okay, we've got a motion and a second to spread. Anybody here speaking for or against this? All right, seeing none in the audience to speak for or against, with a motion and a second, any further discussion?
Motion to close with notation of the objection from the first.
Okay, first
Speaker.
hearing. Second. All right, motion and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have 0 Lang Avenue assess, oh,
Mayor,
Take action.
adjudicate, I'm sorry, I forgot this is the
second.
adjudication.
you got a motion and a second on that side
Got
there,
a motion and a second for adjudication. Okay, any discussion?
on here.
Make sure we get that
Patrick.
shed torn down this time. Yeah, can we make motion that, I mean, as part of them cleaning it up, they need to remove the shed.
That's part of the, we need to make sure we got that. Do we need to do a supplemental motion since we're
I
including
would
that in or
just
to
to
move
see
forward?
why.
You can do that, Mayor, I think under the terms of the ordinance and the publication. In addition, the property owner has advised law enforcement and perhaps building too, that has no objection to the shed being torn down. It is clearly within the meaning of our ordinance amendments to health, but I think that's sufficient, but if you want to do a separate motion, so be it.
Based on your advice, we can go with what you said there then. So, all right, we've got a motion and a second before us to adjudicate this property, which includes removing the shed. Any further discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Now, what's the compensation on that? Do we need to discuss that tonight
No, that's after it's done.
after it's done?
Yes.
Okay. All right, next we have 0 Lang Avenue, assessed to William Stanley and Paula Ross. Motion and second to.
Motion.
Second. You got motion second to spread. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
The Mayor and Board of Aldermen at a regular meeting duly held on February 20th, 2024, did cause to be sent via certified mail, electronic receipt requested, notice of public hearing to William Stanley and Paula Ross at 213 West First Street in San Dimas, California, 91773, as the same appears in record on the Harrison County 22 official real property tax rolls. Notice was delivered February 26, 2024. Notice of hearing was posted on the subject property of 0 Lang Avenue in Long Beach on February 21st by Zoning Enforcement Officer Dale Stogner, to bulletin boards at City Hall, Water Department, and Building Office at 201 Jeff Davis Avenue, and the Long Beach Public Library, 209 Jeff Davis Avenue.
They got it already on the other.
If y'all seen
Yep.
this all? Okay. All right, motion and second.
Motion. Speaking.
Second.
All right, pardon me, Donald.
Sorry.
Okay. So this is to close the, I've lost it.
Yep.
I need
You have a
and
motion and a
second.
second to
Do you
close
have
the
a
public
motion
hearing.
second to
Yes, sir.
close?
Yes, sir.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to adjudicate.
Carries. And now need a motion to adjudicate, and we have a second adjudication. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have 0 Lang Avenue, assessed to Mark Burns. The motion is second to spread.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
The Mayor and Board of Aldermen at a regular meeting duly held on February 20th, 2024, did cause to be sent via certified mail, electronic receipt requested, notice of hearing to Mark Burns at 131 Fern Road in Southampton, Pennsylvania, 18966, as the same appears a record on the Harrison County 2022 official real property tax rolls. The notice was delivered February 26, 2024. Notice of hearing was posted on the subject property of 0 Lang Avenue in Long Beach on February 21st, 2024 by Zoning Enforcement Officer Dale Stogner, the bulletin boards at City Hall, Water Department, and Building Office at 201 Jeff Davis Avenue, and the Long Beach Public Library, 209 Jeff Davis Avenue. Does anybody speak?
Yes, anyone here speak for or against this? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adjudicate.
Second.
Got a motion and a second for adjudication. We have any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. All right, that concludes that portion of our public hearings. Next, we have announcements, presentation, and proclamations. We've got 3 tonight, with the first being to the girls bowling team, the second being to, and this is high school girls, the second being the Long Beach High School boys soccer team, and the last, we've got a presentation from Discovery class, guided by Miss Carol Paola, and we're looking forward to that portion of it. All right, let me come around. That's the girls. I want to do them first. Thank you. I know you are. Here, show that. I'm going to invite up the bowling team, if, the girls' bowling team, if you would come forward. Y'all would just come around here, line up against that wall, because
I used to. Be too serious. I took bowling one time.
What I want to do is I want to ask each one of the girls to come up and introduce themselves to you. in a row, excuse me, this is the third year in a row that I've had the pleasure to stand here in front of this board and introduce you to the girls that have been to participate on this. Tell me, what grade you in, because there's a lot of you that's been 3-year state champions, and I think that's very important to our coaches. I congratulate y'all on the job y'all are obviously doing. I will say this, as a good 130 bowler, I have a bowling of 130 and a golf game of 130, so I would need a lot of work. So, but with that said, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and then I'll read the proclamation. Make it and pass it on down as you go.
Ivy Sprinkle.
Now, you're going to have to talk louder than that. That's not going to work. Come here.
Ivy.
Let's do it.
Ivy Sprinkle.
Ivy Sprinkle. What grade you in, Ivy?
9th.
9th grader. That's why she's shy.
I'm Lily Sprinkle. I'm in 12th grade.
12th grader.
I'm Lily Yarbrough, and I'm a junior.
I'm Alyssa Johnson. I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Madeline Batto, and I'm a senior, but I have been on the team for the past 3 years. So,
My name is Haley Whited, and I'm in 9th grade.
I am Coach Email.
I'm Coach Brian.
I work at Harper McCon.
This, y'all, let's give these folks a hand. They have done a tremendous job. They probably don't know how proud we are as parents and grandparents and citizens, and the great support that we have for our school system here in Long Beach. Y'all make us so proud, and this is just it's a wonderful thing. I'm going to do our proclamation. The City of Long Beach, Mississippi offers the mayor certificate of proclamation, whereas the 2023-2024 Long Beach High School girls bowling team was led by head coach Melanie and assistant coach Brian, and they have done a fantastic job. And the team members, we've let them introduce themselves, and I take pride in letting y'all introduce yourself, even those that don't talk loud. The Long Beach High School girls bowling team captured their 3rd consecutive state championship title on February the 1st in Flowood, Mississippi. And the girls bowling team competed against 7 other teams across the state in the Class 2 state championship, with the 2 coast teams vying for the title. Had to go to Jackson to vie for the title. Hancock and Long Beach. After being down over 100 pins, I can't imagine, in the first and second games, the Lady Bearcats battled back and bowled 2 games over 800 to capture the state championship title. The girls' total pinfall after 4 games was 3,224, defeating Hancock by only 19 pins. And Maddie Batto and Lily Sprinkle not only led the girls' team on a state championship, but they were named to the All-State Tournament team and 2 of the top 5 bowlers in the state of Mississippi. That's amazing, guys. As in any sport where there's more than one player, it's a team effort. So I thank you as a team. Because of their diligence and fortitude and their determination to win, they have earned the highest state honor given to a bowling team for the 3rd consecutive year, and we're extremely proud of each and every one of these girls. Whereas the Mayor and Board of Aldermen would like to extend their sincere congratulations to the Long Beach girls bowling team for the Class 2 girls bowling 2024 state championship title. Now, therefore, I, George L. Bass, Mayor of the City of Long Beach, Mississippi, do hereby proclaim Thursday, March the 21st, 2021, as the 2023-2024 Long Beach girls bowling team. Hereby signed by my effect and the authority of the board members. So congratulations to y'all.
Yeah, we all squeeze together. Yeah, that's good. Ready? 1,
2, 3. Thank y'all. Got that? Thank you. I need my boys soccer team to come up here and do the same thing. Coaches, if you'll come up and introduce yourselves also.
What's this, 3 times the boys in one? 3 times they won? Four, okay.
How come you get to hold the trophy?
Little Donald in there or what?
Huh?
Is there a little Donald in
Yeah, right there. AKA Mink. We're all right.
Mini me?
Yeah. Hey, I'm proud of him.
He's a mini me.
Y'all doing all right, guys? Thank y'all for being here with us tonight. It's an honor for us to be a part of this and to celebrate your hard work, your teamwork, and everything that you've done to be able to stand before us again for the 4th straight year as state champs. We're so proud of y'all. To the seniors, there's 4 seniors on this team. If 4 seniors would step out here, I'd like for y'all to be recognized. Huh? Only 2 of them? The other 2 are doing baseball. That's right. It's baseball. So we are missing some players tonight. But these 4 with the 2 that's in attendance tonight, they have been state champs for 4 years in a row. What an accomplishment. There's not a lot of folks that can say that, and I don't know if anybody else in the States has accomplished that 4 years in a row. I'm not sure, but I know it's quite an achievement for y'all. So I'm going to pass down the mic, and look, guys, y'all's voices have changed already. Let's go ahead and talk where everybody can hear you. Introduce yourself and your grade.
My name's Tucker, and I'm in 9th grade.
My name's Gunnar, and I'm in 9th grade.
My name is Colton, and I'm in 10th.
My name is Braden, I'm a sophomore.
My name is Mason, I'm a freshman.
My name is Addison, 10th grade.
My name is Cole Edwards, I'm in 10th grade.
Come on out here and say that again where they can see. They couldn't see you. You back there hiding.
My name is Cole, I'm in 10th grade.
My name is Alexander, I'm a senior.
My name is Jason, I'm in 12th grade.
My name is Alan, I'm in 11th grade.
My name is Luke, I'm a sophomore.
My name is Bryson, I'm a freshman.
My name is Jack, I'm a freshman.
My name is Jaron Shockley, I'm in 11th.
I'm Caden Massey, I'm in 9th grade.
My name is Colin, and I'm in 9th grade.
My name is Joaquin, and I'm in 10th.
10th grade. All right. Who's the, excuse me, guys, I'm about to trip y'all up. It's good footwork there. Goalie, who was the goalie? Step out here and raise your hand. You obviously played good this season, and again, I know you stand in that goal the whole game, and you watch everybody else running around until the ball's coming your way, but you're a part of the defense there and a vital and important player to this. So congratulations to you, to the great team. Who scored the last goal that put us to win the state championship? Are they here tonight? Dadgum. Who was it? Easton, that's right. And he is a senior, so he's not here. But, you know, I will say this. You had a lot of offensive players on your team. And when I say team, it's a team effort. It's not just the young young men that were out on the field playing. It's every one of you. It's the support you got from your coaches. It's the support you got from your teammates that's standing on the side, encouraging you, reporting what's going on out there that they're seeing to keep your eyes going, the approach that's coming up on you. There's a lot that goes in to make this team so successful. And, Coach, I got to congratulate you. With 4 seniors, you've obviously got a lot to build on for next year. So I congratulate you guys. Congratulations. I'm going to read our proclamation here. And the City of Long Beach, Mississippi Office of the Mayor Certificate of Proclamation, the 2023-2024 Long Beach High School boys soccer team was led by head coach Matt DePhillips and assistant coach Eric Johnson. Assistant coach is not here tonight, huh? Okay, he's a tennis coach too. Okay. And they've introduced themselves to you. The Long Beach High School boys soccer team season overall record was 18-4-1. The 6A Region 4 record was 7-1. And the high school boys soccer team defeated Center Hill 3-2 in the championship game. The boys have won 4 consecutive state championship titles and the past 7 consecutive South State Championship title. That's quite an accomplishment for our school and our young men, our coaches. Fabulous. And you know what? I can guarantee you there's not another mayor in the state of Mississippi who's doing what I'm doing tonight. Congratulating the 4-time winning state championship soccer team. Each senior scored a game-winning goal in the playoffs. The notable moment was Easton Van Norton's game-winning goal and with seconds left in the regulation to win the state championship. It gives me chills to think about that, the excitement of that. Braden Bonds was selected the MVP for the state championship game. Easton Van Norton received the Scholar Athlete Award, and Jason Marshall, Landon Van Court, and Easton Van Norton were 2024 Coast All-Stars, and Alexander Meek, the young man holding the trophy here, was selected as the 2024 Coast, it says pole player. Have I got something wrong on that? Coast Player of the Year, and was also a Randy West MAC All-Star. Braden Bonds also scored 25 goals as a sophomore, which is 3rd in the Mississippi High School Athletic Association, according to Max Prep. And whereas the Mayor and Board of Aldermen would like to extend our sincere congratulations to the 2023-2024 Long Beach boys soccer team for their remarkable talent, their competitiveness, and their extraordinary ability to play as a team to win the 2024 boys 6A state championship. Now, therefore, I, George L. Bass, Mayor of the City of Long Beach, Mississippi, do hereby proclaim Friday, March the 22nd, 2024, as the 2024 Long Beach Boys Soccer Team Day. Congratulations to y'all. We appreciate what you've done. Y'all have earned this.
He's finally called.
Donald,
it's a good thing you stayed up here. You didn't stand down there by.
Yeah, I would have been underneath the trophy.
I saw that opportunity.
Yeah, you better take it.
I was trying to figure out what was shinier, the trophy
Don't
or
worry.
that forehead.
What's that?
He didn't know what was shinier.
A trophy or my head?
One of the two. All right, I'm gonna give them a few minutes to exit the building here before we move forward. Mike. Mike.
Come on.
They got a microphone for them here. Got it ready for them? I want to be able to hear them. They got little voice.
They have it in.
He just picked it up, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Who's got it? Y'all bear with us for a minute while we have those students we just recognized as they leave the building.
Y'all want to take a picture real fast while we wait? Y'all get together a little? Get up. No, you're good.
Where you going, Mike?
Ready? Cheese, 1, 2, 3. Thank y'all.
Look all down there. Oh, you got Mike got lost back of his head. Yeah. Carol, you need some help, hon? Okay. Yeah. Thought he was. Yeah.
There, Miss Paolas, trying to get you.
Like me to tell a little bit about what they're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to. Let me get. We're
close-
trying to
they're
get the
gonna close
door
the back door
closed
so
and
we
get that
can hear.
noise out. There we go. Okay. Now that we've had those students exit, we have tonight a presentation on railroad, Long Beach Discovery class led by Miss Carol Paola. And I know that any of you have had children in class for the last, how many years? I don't want to age you. 43 years. I wasn't going to say it, but I'd let you. So, but it's.
Actually, Griff, where's Griff? Griff's one of my kids, but I taught him in first grade.
We're not saying how old you are, though. So.
We said twice.
And I will say.
If he quiet.
Oh.
He's one of my kids. And I taught Bernie's son in first grade. And I had yours, daughter.
Mikey's daughters.
Yeah.
I can't believe both of them made Discovery. Yeah. One of them acts like her daddy. So, anyway, we're glad to have you here. I had the opportunity to talk to you, 2 years ago in Discovery about railroads and things, things that I had seen when I was the fire chief, some situations that we thought we could make better, and y'all were looking at it. So it's an honor to have y'all here tonight to do your presentation. So I'm going to turn it over to you if you need me or any of the boards for assistance. Don will be glad to help you.
I'm good.
Those of you who might like to see the slides, as I understand, they can only see them up here. Like to see the slides, they really add to the presentation.
I said.
Can we turn it a little?
Yeah. You want to turn it out to them? Yeah. Yes. Carol, we're going to see if we could turn that out a little bit more. And if you or your students need to, they can move out to the center here if they need to be where they could see what.
They don't need it. And forgive them for looking at the script. We change the script from time to time, so I don't expect them to have to memorize it, not in this case.
Oh, there he is. I was wondering where Donald went down. We're fine. Yes, we're fine. And if we need to, we'll get up and walk out to be able to, and not out of the place, but out here to see. So.
The slide, George is in the slides, and Griff and Billy are in the slides. So we show what the problem is in the slides. So
We were Miss Paola's Wednesday Discovery team at Reeves Elementary last year. This year, we're in 4th grade at Harper McCon.
Last year in Discovery, our groups did a research study called Project Citizen.
For Project Citizen, kids identify real-life problems in their schools or communities and try to find solutions. Our Discovery class decided to focus on making the railroad crossings in Long Beach safer.
When we studied about the history of Long Beach, we learned the railroad was built from New Orleans to Mobile and completed in 1875. At that time, there weren't many people living along the coast, so it probably wasn't as much of a problem as it is now.
Now, because the railroad runs through all the towns from Bay St. Louis to Pascagoula, cars, trucks, and buses cross the tracks all day and all night. For lots of reasons, the railroad crossings in Long Beach and other cities have become a serious problem.
In Project Citizen, the first step is to learn more about the problem. So we interviewed Mr. Boone and a retired railroad engineer. He told us what it felt like to see cars trying to beat the train.
He also told us about one time when he saw 3 kids and a dog by the tracks in front of a train. He said the bigger boy ran across first with the dog, but the girl pulled a toddler across right in front of the train. He said he was shaking all over because he knew he couldn't stop the train.
We searched the records to learn more about the problem. This is the chart of the number of people killed on crossings in Mississippi from 2013 to 2019. Harrison County is listed in every column in red. Harrison County had more accidents and deaths than any other county in Mississippi during those years.
We also found the accident reports for all the crossings in Long Beach and the ones that border Long Beach, like Lewis and Mench Avenues. There have been a lot of accidents on the tracks in Long Beach and other cities along the coast.
We also interviewed our fire chief, Griff Skelly, and police chief, Billy Seal. They came to tell us about responding to railroad crossings accidents and how they are affected by what they see. They told us we could stop accidents from happening by paying attention and making good choices. Next, we interviewed Mr. Carpenter, who is on our school board. He told us about the tour bus that was hit by the train in Biloxi 7 years ago. There were senior citizens on the bus, and some of them were killed when it was hit by the train. It was a lowrider tour bus, and it was snagged on the tracks because the driver's GPS guided him to a crossing that was too steep for the bus to cross.
Mr. Carpenter also told us that the locomotives weigh over 400,000 pounds, and sometimes there are multiple engines pulling the train.
Each freight or rail car can weigh up to 350,000 pounds when it is loaded, and the locomotive can pull from 100 to 200 freight cars at a time.
Mr. Carpenter also told us about Newton's second law of motion. If a locomotive engine and the freight it is pulling weighs 44 million pounds and the train car is going 45 miles an hour, it would hit you with 1,980,000,000 pounds of force. That's like a can of root beer being run over by a car.
Depending on how many rail cars the locomotive is pulling, it can take the length of 18 football fields to stop the train. That is at least a mile.
We created a survey to see how students, parents, teachers, bus drivers, and first responders and others felt about the safety problems caused by a railroad.
84% of people we surveyed that the railroad crossings in Long Beach were a problem. Although a lot of problems were identified, we decided to learn more about the ones we thought were the most serious.
One of the biggest problems is that the crossings on our tracks are too steep. That makes the crossing more dangerous because you can't see the road in front of you and what is coming at you on the other side of the tracks when you are crossing. My mom told Miss Paola she almost had a head-on collision with another vehicle because the driver in the middle of the road was in the middle of the road on a crossing. When we interviewed Mayor Bass, he told us that he has been working with engineers to make the crossings more level. But every time the railroad company works on the tracks, they clean out some of the rocks and add more rocks on top, which makes the crossings even more steep. The steep crossings also make it impossible for some vehicles to cross without getting stuck on the tracks. Mayor Bass said that the only crossing that is safe for big trucks to cross in Long Beach is Jeff Davis Avenue. That is the main street of our town.
This is not a new problem. We have an article on our board about an interview with Mayor Billy Skelly in 2017. He told WLOX when CSX improves or restores crossings that can raise the elevation of tracks, even if it's just a few inches. You put about 15 or 20 years of that together, you're continuing to raise the crossing, and you're creating a situation where it hangs up. This problem has gotten more and more serious. If we don't find a solution that corrects this problem, just imagine how steep the crossings will be when we start driving. Maybe the mayors of all the cities on the coast could get together with the railroad or government people to brainstorm ways to solve this problem.
That leads to another big problem. Trucks and buses use GPS that take them to crossings that are not safe to cross. Even though there are signs saying the crossings are too steep for trucks, the drivers trust their GPS and get stuck on the tracks. That was one of the reasons the tour bus got stuck on the tracks in Biloxi and was hit by the train. If we contacted the people who made the GPS units, maybe they could create GPS units to reroute trucks and buses to safer crossings. Although this problem didn't rank high on the survey, hanging around, playing, or taking pictures on the track is a big problem. This is a picture of Miss Paola's super smart granddaughter, but Miss Paola says she wasn't smart enough to stay off the tracks. These two sisters and their friend were taking selfies between double tracks in Utah. They didn't realize there was a second train coming at them from behind. When their cell phones were found, the mom learned the second train was only 2 seconds away when they took this picture. They were all killed. Miss Paola wouldn't let us watch their mom telling the story on YouTube. But if you are older, maybe you should watch it. If teenagers and adults saw the video, it might help to solve this problem.
This picture was taken on the south side of the tracks on Jeff Davis Avenue. When you look to the east or west, you can see very far down the tracks. Can't see very far down the tracks because the trees aren't being trimmed. That is a problem that can be solved. We think, however, whoever has the power to trim those trees should do that now. It would make it easier to see if a train was coming, and it wouldn't cost a lot of money.
We also want to do presentations for adults and kids at school. We have a lot of information to share about the dangers of railroad crossings. We think we could make kids and adults more aware of the problems and they would be more careful.
One of the most important things we learned in our research was about the blue signs. As of September of 2017, the blue signs have been added to every railroad crossing in the nation. Most of the people we asked said that they saw someone stuck on the track. If they saw someone stuck on the tracks, they would call 911. But the best thing to do is call the number on the blue sign and tell the dispatcher in Mobile or Jacksonville, Florida, about the problem. The dispatcher needs to know the number of the crossing that is on the sign. The dispatcher could radio the engineer on the rail line and might be able to stop the train before an accident happened. When that banana truck got stuck on the tracks in Gulfport a few weeks ago, that train might have been able to stop if the driver had known about the blue sign.
We created a card with the blue sign information on it as part of our action plan. We would like you to have it today. You could take a picture of it and keep it handy in your phone, or you could keep it in your car. This card or that blue sign could save lives. You should always expect a train.
Ms. Paola has taught us that if we gather information about ways to solve real-life problems, adults will listen to our ideas. We have learned that we have a voice and we can make a difference.
You may have heard Miss Paola's favorite quote before, but we want you to hear it tonight. A child is a person who is going to carry on what you have started. We are going to sit where you are sitting, and when you are gone, attend to those things which you think are important.
You may adopt all of the policies you please, but how they are carried out will depend on us.
We will assume control of your cities, states, and nations. We are going to move in and take over your churches, schools, university, and corporations.
The fate of humanity is in our hands.
A lot of Project Citizens. This is just one of them. One of them, of course, was the Quarles House. Another one was the walking track that we thought initially that group of kids who were, they were seniors the year that the track went on the ground. They wanted to go along the canals to do a walking track, a non-motorized track along the canals. From the very beginning, I thought, I knew that was never going to happen. No one was ever going to let them build a track behind their houses. So, but you can't say that to kids when they're doing a project. You have to say, great idea. I bet we can make that happen. And so we didn't do that. But then Richard Bennett loved the idea. So he had the grant writer for the city turn it into a grant, and she took all of our stuff and sent it to MDOT. And we got $730,000 to do the track in July of 2005. So of course, when the hurricane hit in August, everything went on hold. And but it came back around when they were in the 10th grade. We came back together, and we tried to convince homeowners to let us use the backyards, to build the track back by the canal, knowing that it would get flooded. We had actually walked it with Mikey. We'd taken his daughter was in that class, and we walked back there just, to see if we could actually make a track right there. Just, it was terrible. We could never have done that. But they didn't let it go. The city held on to it. Glenn Mueller actually had a strong voice in that because he wanted to be sure that track, the money didn't disappear and go to someone else. So it turned out that they decided to try to put it on the grounds of the Sportsplex. So the walking track there, that's it.
That was a result, and I'm talking to y'all, that was a result. If you go out to the senior rec building, you walk that walking track, the children before you, when you're talking about replacing us and filling the voids that we leave and everything, you're filling their void of what they did. But those children is what made us be able to do that walking track out there. And then I know there's another project was worked on by a Discovery class, and you want to talk to them about that?
About the Quarles House?
The Quarles House. I know you're very proud of that also,
Oh,
as
yes.
you should be.
Oh, yes. Quarles House, of course, you know what it looked like. Those of you who've lived here all your lives, you saw it from after Camille. You were probably just kids at that time, but you saw it, and of course it was just disreputable. It was horrible. It was falling down. Even at that point, Mr. Watrous had taken all of the porches off because he was hopeful of actually putting them back on, but then that never happened. So it just sat that way until Katrina hit in 2005, and when Katrina hit, the only thing that was left of that house were the rafters, on the roof, were the rafters. So we appeal to people, that group of kids are actually now in their 30s, almost 30 maybe, and they are teaching and working as nurses and doctors, et cetera, all over the place. But those kids actually wanted to save that house. So they were the kids who were doing all the work and trying to paint boards to put on the windows, which looked just terrible. But still, none of that, it's like putting that silk purse, you know, on that pig's ear. It was just never going to do anything. But at least we didn't stop working on it. And for years, we worked on it more and more. But we were able to get in touch with the Mississippi Heritage Trust, and they paid for the roof to go on the house. So we were able to save the Quarles house. So we feel as though that was a contribution that we made. And then through the years, we've never quit. Every group of kids has done History of Long Beach. George even came with us and was on stage with us one year when we presented the skits to the kids in the school. He played the mayor that year. But that we do History of Long Beach every year. I take kids out. We just came from the house 2 weeks ago. We were there at the house sharing History of Long Beach with the kids and letting that group of kids be the first ones that were Discovery kids to get inside the house. Since back when Mr. Watrous said you can't take a child in that house when it was all disreputable. But I sneaked them in when he went to eat lunch. So they did at least to get in the house before they were not the first kids to get in. But anyway, that's what we did. And it was just keeping it alive so that people didn't forget. And then when we knew that the family was going to donate the money, or donate the house to the city, we knew that we couldn't get grants for it unless it was donated to the city. But Richard Bennett gave me the information about the grant that was available, and so I was able to put that grant together. And he said, ask for $3 million. So that's what I asked for, and he said, you'll probably get 2, and that's what we got. So we were able to pay for that house with that grant to get most of the work done. I'm sure if the city contributed to that as well, but fortunately $2 million did pretty well to pay for everything. At one point when I was there taking pictures of them working on it, I talked to the contractor and said, so did the $2 million not stretch to the inside of the house? And he said, no, we're working on the inside. We've got the inside covered. So apparently it paid for more than we thought.
Yeah, it did. I think, what was the final? We've come up or close to where we're at, about 1.6 or 7 million. Yeah.
That
Keeney?
was the contract price, yes, but then we also had enough money to do site work and fencing
Right.
around the house as well.
Yeah, we've done a lot over there. I couldn't be any happier for those children at the time who started talking about us getting this. The small part that I played in getting the house donated to us from Mr. Jim Alexander and Miss Janet Alexander Griffin, it's just a phenomenal thing for us. This is the only old house we have left in Long Beach since Katrina. And for us to leave that piece of legacy, the board here who voted in favor of us moving forward and doing this project, the children who have talked about it and worked on that since it first became noticed, the ability for them to keep it up. And then Ms. Paola, I can't thank you enough. And I would really like to have the opportunity to come and sit with your students. If we could bring all those that have worked on this project together at one time and talk to you of where we are at this current time with improving our crossings. And this has been a part of you. We've sent stuff to MDOT. We've sent stuff to CSX to let them know it's not just us as adults. It's you as the children, as our future that are working on this. So I thank y'all so much for your contribution to what we've got going on here, to the future leadership of what we have here. So thank y'all very much. Ms. Paola, you have anything to say?
One more, I remembered one more project. One of the projects that we worked on, that group of kids are in their junior year this year, I believe, at the high school. Those are the kids who felt that our schools were not secure.
Right.
And they were the ones that I took on the road to do their presentation over and over again to try to convince you as the voters in Long Beach to pass the bond issue. Thank you for passing the bond issue.
Yes.
I know it's affected your taxes, and for that I apologize, but we had to have a school. We had to have a school. We had to have a place that was safe for the kids. And that group of kids, because they were my more anxious kids that year, they were the ones that were worried about that. My daughter was actually in a high school senior the year that we had the shooting, that the police were killed. That was the year she was a senior, and that young man went to the high school first. Had a whole lot of ammunition, and found her at the high school. It could have been a bloodbath.
So, and we thank them. Yes, we were very fortunate, very blessed that we lost no children that day. We did, unfortunately, lose 2 good police officers, great friends, cherished friends. But also, we now, because of their efforts, we have a very safe high school. They're working continuously to make all of our schools safe, the elementary schools, all of them. I can't thank y'all enough for the efforts that you've led them to on this, and to be able to see the fruits of what you've done come through. I thank you so much. To the students, thank y'all so much. Congratulations on this project. Well worth it.
Picture together of all y'all. A picture of all y'all real fast. Yeah. Sorry. Last time.
Hey, raise your hand. Come on, Patrick, you might be in this class one day. See, where you running off to? No, look, it's just like this.
Right. He's out. He said, I'm out. Had a good time.
All right, thank y'all for the parents of these students, the supporters. We appreciate y'all being here. It's taken us a little time to get through this, but I think it's well worth what we did in recognizing our students here. Next, on the agenda, we have amendment to the municipal docket. Do we have any? Hearing none, we'll move on to approval of the minutes of the mayor and board of aldermen for March the 5th, 2024. Motion and second.
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have the Planning and Development Commission, March the 14th, 2024, regular. Patrick, you want to step out on this? I don't want you. I don't want you to. Okay, Patrick is having to step out because his parents have a variance in here, and I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't here and get out of line what we have to do. So we have a motion and a second to approve these. We got a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Patrick. Next, we have the approval of docket claims number 031924.
Motion. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have unfinished business. Mrs. Logan drain pipe issue. I know Patrick had put this on here, and you sent us
Pictures, yes.
today of what it is there, and I would invite every one of the board members to look at it, and we'll allow Patrick to talk us.
And I was just gonna bring it up, and I'll kind of let Ms. Logan, if you have any questions. But basically, there's a pipe running through her backyard that there's been some argument about who it belongs to. It's not on a city easement. I think the best guess is that it was just put in by the property owner that lives to the west at some point. And she is wanting to put a shed back there, but when she came to the city, they're kind of telling her that she can't because of that pipe. But it's not on a city easement, so she's just had some questions about what her options are.
What can we do? Well, I don't know, Mike or Joe, have y'all looked at, David, have y'all investigated this as far as just, going out and looking at it? Have y'all looked and make sure there is no easement there? That if it's on her property and there's no easement at all, what would prevent her from, taking this out? And then what would our position be to be able to improve this drainage if this drain pipe is actually working at this time? What would be our remedy to make sure that we're not interfering with other homes around there and their drainage?
I have not looked at it, but I absolutely could and come back at the next meeting with some suggestions like that.
I know Joe has been out there. I don't think it's just questions of this. I don't think that the city probably put that pipe in. I think Joe kind of.
And if it was a former homeowner and it's just for their drainage of the homeowner had put it in previously,
yeah, and if
we
you
need to find that out so we can move forward with a remedy for this, for her. I think this,
And if you look at the box, I mean.
Yeah, I see it.
That was in my backyard. My kids would already be buried in there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, I'm
yeah,
sure.
It's not a very safe.
Held up by some bricks. So.
Yeah, it's not a very safe thing to have in your yard, especially if you're going to have children in there playing.
And I did attach a survey that she sent to me. Yeah, but that's and if you look on the survey, it says possible buried drainage pipe without known recorded easement. And it kind of shows where it runs. It starts in the property to the west, runs across her backyard diagonally, and into that little box.
Into that box.
So.
It looks like there's a box on both ends.
No, that's what we need to see, where it goes from there and
right.
what exactly
it's doing. I would suggest we get a motion in a second and direct. Hold on just a second. Let me finish my thought here. And direct our city engineer and our public works to go out and do an investigation and see how we can remedy this situation and take care of it, in the proper way. And, I'm like Tim, I want to know where it's going to.
Yeah, it's got to be drained into a city ditch somewhere.
Somewhere you would think so, but this could have been done when this was in the county.
Correct.
We don't know. So before I get that first and second, ma'am, you need to speak to us. If you do, will you pull that mic down so we can hear you and the people at home can hear you?
Hi, I'm Bobby Longa. I own this property, and I've been wanting to do an addition to my home, so I had this great survey pulled up. Nowhere is this pipe on any title, property, deed, anything. It was on the survey that I paid for, and somebody decided to drain their property, and across my property diagonally, my whole backyard is not, so the way it is, nobody owns it. It's evidently a neighbor decided at one time to put it there. This was a rental property, and as you can see, the house is in the front of the property, so this is like running across the whole back, so I can't use it. My property's not usable with this illegal pipe that nobody knows who put there. Nobody knows if it's draining. Nobody knows anything about this pipe. It's not on anything. So I would like to get rid of this pipe. And whatever you have to do, I'd like to do an addition to my house. I would like to use my property.
And that's our intent, for you to be able to even your survey notes the possible buried drainage without no known pre-recorded easement. So they had to do research to put this here. But I would like if you give us till our next board meeting 2 weeks from tonight to do, I say 2 weeks from tonight. Is it 2 weeks from tonight or?
It's close.
It's close, yeah.
Ms. Logan, what
First
is your-
Tuesday.
Can I get her address for the record?
Yeah, your address for the
It's
record.
123 West 3rd Street.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
And let us gather what information we can, and we'd ask you to be back at the next board meeting, which will be the first Tuesday in April, and we could, hopefully, if you will leave your phone number, do we have our phone number anywhere in here? You got it, Patrick?
Yeah.
If you could give me text me all the pertinent information, we may be able to do something before it comes up for the next board meeting. I intend to get with our civil engineer, our city engineer, and our public works and figure this out for you.
I'd like that. Anybody's welcome to come over. Just give me a call, and I'll make sure the dogs are put away. So, thank you.
All right, thank you
See
so
you in 2
much.
weeks. Thank you, Patrick.
Well, I'd like to entertain a motion a second to, let's put this back on the agenda for the next meeting and allow us to meet. We got a motion and a second already. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. We'll be on that. Okay, thank you, hon. All right, next we have special events policy. Motion and second discussion. Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second for discussion. Discussion?
We had previously put this on.
Right.
And Alderman Fraser asked for it to be tabled to get input from our chiefs. I did receive a little bit of input from Chief Skelly, and I assume Chief Seal was fine with it. And so after adding that, this is the newest version.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept it.
Yeah, it didn't, just a little bit of language.
All right, we got a motion and a second
You guys
to
good with it?
approve it as it is. I read through it and I like, where did we change anything? And it was just a little bit of language.
It was minor language, giving
Language,
us,
yeah.
giving both the police department and the fire department some authority.
A little more authority. Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have under new business, we have special event app, Jennifer Moran Productions, Jeep in the Coast, and motion and second for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and second for approval. We have any discussion?
Just a footnote, George, on the second page of the application, I just wanted to note that the question that's asked, do you plan to have alcohol sold or served at this event? It's not answered yes or no, and I just wanted to note that. It's not been addressed.
They don't serve it.
Yeah, they
Well,
would.
I'm just saying, that she didn't answer no either, just a point.
All right, we could
I'll make a
table-
substitute motion that we approve contingent on getting that completed, that portion of it
All
completed.
right, we have substitute to approve.
Good with that?
And a second, contingent on us getting that answer to that one section is yes or no. We need more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have special event app for Long Beach Community Development Association, See Santa Celebration.
Wait, we missed.
No, did I miss one?
Number 2.
Police
I
Department.
missed two? Oh, okay, I did, didn't I? All right, special event application, Long Beach Police Department, Night Out Against the Crime. Chief Seal, I apologize, I just.
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion, second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. All right, next we have special event app, Long Beach Community Development Association, See Santa Celebration. Motion, second, discussion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have Victoria Neal Balch and Bingham LLP franchise agreement assignment. Do you want to explain to us this?
Sure. Miss Neal is in the audience. She is an attorney with Balch and Bingham and provided me copies of the franchise agreement. What it is the company is moving assets within its various subsidiaries, and all this is an assignment of our franchise agreement from one named entity under the corporate umbrella to another one. It doesn't change any of the material terms or obligations of the city or anything else. It's allowing them to transfer this particular agreement from one of their sub-corporations, so to speak, to another one. Ms. Neal, if I've misstated or anything you want to add to that, please come up.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
Second. Yeah, motion second approved. Any discussion?
It says that, that they like have been pay, have we been receiving funds?
We have, yes.
Okay, and that will
5
continue?
years.
All right.
Yeah, it's been
Yes.
5 years, right? Yes, okay. Any other discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Ms. Neal, thank you so much. Next, we have Jeanette Luttrell, shooter-ready expansion. A motion is second. There you are, okay.
If I can work this thing.
This,
Can you
I'm
hang
gonna,
on?
I'm gonna let you, get that mic. You'll have to have it where you could talk to it there, hon.
Hear me right here?
And
Can you-
my mic might, our mic might help you get it adjusted if you need it.
Can you hear me here?
Okay.
Is this good?
Yeah,
Okay, fantastic.
okay.
Thank you. Do you all have the booklets that we have made up for you?
ma'am. Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So first of all, thank you. Thank you, Mayor Bass. Thank you, Board of Aldermen. Appreciate the time. So, hello, my name is Jeanette Luttrell. I'm the co-owner of Shooter Ready, a local business located right here in Long Beach. I'm an NRA and USCCA pistol instructor with over 30-plus years of firearms experience. I'm a certified range safety officer, and I also teach CCW. I grew up right here in Long Beach, right off of Beeline Road, and went through the Long Beach school system. So when my business partner and I were looking for business locations and found that Klondike Plaza had a vacancy, it was a perfect opportunity to come back home to Long Beach. Our current training facility allows for classroom and simulation training, but not live fire. Since our grand opening on December 12, 2023, 90% of the foot traffic into our facility have inquired about live fire. We want to start phase 2 of our business plan and our investment in Long Beach, which would expand our services to include live fire at our current location, 528 Klondike Road. We want to offer a platform for local law enforcement to train on our simulator with their instructors and have live fire, but also be able to provide the services to the general public, which brings me to the purpose of our presentation today. Shooter Ready is on a mission to promote safe and responsible gun ownership through professional education and training, beginning with basic safety and progressing to situational awareness on our firearm simulator and continuing to live fire. Currently, I have to take our students to other ranges on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, including Pass Christian and Biloxi. This takes revenue away from Shooter Ready and Long Beach, not to mention the inconvenience of leaving the facility to travel to other ranges. With your approval of our mobile shooting range, all revenue generated stays in Long Beach. Now, with that being said, if you look at your packets, if you turn over to the range portion, that'll give you a picture, an overview of what we're looking at. It's literally a 40-foot shipping container that is fully contained to allow live fire, built to military standards. This 2-lane range is state-of-the-art technology and fully equipped with a proprietary grade of ballistic armor plating. The plating provides 360 degrees of protection from the ceiling, floor, and the sides. So the A1, that's a picture of the range. Now, this is on wheels. Ours would be grounded or on railroad ties to be up in case of flooding. If you look over onto A2, if you continue to look through, it shows you other photographs of the inside of the range. It's 2 lanes. Very nicely done. It's modern. When you get to page A8, That shows you the rear of the range. That's the filtration system. It has an HVAC system in it. That's where we change out the filters. This is all built to OSHA standards, okay? The next page talks about the ballistics, the steel that's used in the actual container itself. So, this particular ballistic resistant steel, it will defeat a wide range of commercial and military threats such as handguns, rifles, automatic weapons, and fragmentation. It is proprietary grade of ballistic armor plating that is independently tested to meet the National Institute of Justice standards. You turn over to the back side of that. It also tells you it provides significant advantages over other ballistic steels because of its air hardening ability. The hardness of the heat affected zone is similar to that of base metal, virtually eliminating concern for soft zones next to the welds. So there's no weak points. Scott Hinton, who is the manufacturer of these ranges, has never had a failure. So that's pretty important. This is a high-strength steel armor plate that sets the standards for security with both the military and commercial sectors. What we're looking for is a pistol range. Now, the walls that are inside the pistol range are actually strong enough to be tested with rifle calibers. You can actually shoot those in there, but we're not going to have rifles in our pistol range. The test, all the ballistic testing is contained in this booklet, pages B2 through B5, okay? If you turn over to page C1, this will give you the decibel rating. And that's a question a lot of people have. How loud is it when someone is inside the range shooting? So you can see the numbers here, 79.95, 77.66. That's taken from 10 feet away of the container. If you look down in the left-hand corner that's highlighted for you, the environmental noises, you can see that with 79.95, it is a little bit louder than a normal conversation, but less loud than the city traffic. So Klondike Road, the city traffic on Klondike Road would actually be more noisy than somebody shooting inside of our range. Okay? Pages D1 and 2 give you the schematics and the blueprints to the actual range itself. The next section is the standard operating procedure. This is our range operating rules. Because I am a certified range safety officer, I will be on the range anytime there is live fire, period. The last page, if you'll turn over to the map, this will actually give you the location of Shooter Ready. Shows, well, I think Klondike Road's a little bit cut off in the booklet, but it shows our facility right there on the end, and this is where the suggested placement of the range would be. But we would really prefer it to be a little closer to the building. There's an actual area that's where that yellow line is that's designed for the tenants of Klondike Plaza to park. We'd actually like the range a little bit closer to the building. That would be safer for us to run power to it and also be able to build a walkway to cover and protect those students going out to the range in case there's inclement weather. We ask for your consideration for zoning approval and permission to locate our mobile range at our current location at 528 Klondike Road. We are ready to move forward with Phase 2 of our expansion to include live fire with your approval. Now, I'll be happy to take any questions that you have.
Jeanette, I'd like to start off with an observation, basically.
Sure.
You've answered a lot of the questions when I went through this. You've satisfied some of my curiosities. My issue, though, is I don't understand how we can bypass going through planning and zoning prior to coming to us for their advice on how they feel about this. That's usually the procedure, unless somebody can shoot me in another direction. Do you disagree?
No, that would,
No,
I would say that would have to be the first resort. I don't know, I think maybe we're trying to get a little.
Mike,
Well,
what is our zoning
There you go.
as far as this is commercial zoning, correct?
We have nothing for any type of gunfire.
But we do have an ordinance prohibiting live gunfire.
Correct.
And we have an ordinance prohibiting containers.
Correct.
So we do have something to prohibit that, live gunfire, yes. I mean, I like your idea, I just don't like the location. I'm gonna be just as honest as I can.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate
with-
that.
With, you know, it looks like you're 50 foot from a house. I just do not like that, and I mean, that's just my personal opinion. There's a house right
from-
behind the fence.
The thing that's in the bottom right-hand corner, that's actually a shed.
Okay, well, I was looking at Google on the Google map.
Okay.
And there is some houses back there.
Back there.
Yes. And I mean, that's just the way I feel about it. Number one, council, you would have to make 2 ordinance changes, am I correct?
There's not, and I looked today, there is not an ordinance, there's nothing in the Long Beach ordinances that either regulate or restrict, either from distance or otherwise, the establishment of something like this, except if you look at those like you're talking about with containers and gunfire. The discharge of a firearm in the city, the ordinance is not contemplating what she is, a regulated, permitted use. We're talking about people going out on New Year's, shooting up in the air. Big difference.
Yes,
But my point is, although the city ordinances don't currently contain anything that give this board any direction or you know, advice on that, there's nothing that restricts or prohibits it either. I was interested in whether or not there was anything in our ordinances or our table of uses that would give the board some direction where it had to be within so many feet of other residential areas or churches or schools or things of that nature. It's just not addressed in our table of uses or our ordinance anywhere. Which I think may have answered Pete's question, why she didn't have to go to planning and zoning first. It doesn't require a zoning change, doesn't appear to me at this time. The question you raised is just the proximity of something like this in an otherwise residential area, as opposed to out on the Seaway or out on 28th Street or something of that nature.
You know,
I just have one quick question. So I know you do the training, this and that, but do any of your licenses or does your company have an FFL?
Yes, sir.
Is
Yes,
there
sir.
requirements, distance from churches and schools in that license or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of, but if we need to investigate that, we can.
I
But
just-
I don't believe there's anything in there.
Okay. And
I mean, with
I
FF
don't know, but
Right.
just kind of
The
asking.
caliber would be closer to the school.
They would?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, they're right there. I wouldn't think that would make a huge. Have you spoke to are those houses to the north?
You're talking about to the east.
East.
Yes.
North and to the east.
Pecan Haven, isn't it?
North has to worry about stray bullets.
Pecan Haven Lane, isn't that?
And see, that would be my thing, and I honestly
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have
There you
a
go.
problem with it. I think it's fine. I think, but if it is a container and it goes to planning, it at least gives those people an opportunity to come in to planning and
It
voice
has to
their.
go before public hearing,
Right,
correct?
yeah.
Well,
Ms. Luttrell, if I may, is this, you called it a mobile unit, is this
A
able?
mobile unit, yes, it's able to be, if it's placed here, and, you know, if we expand even bigger and buy property, it's able to be moved, so it can be moved.
I mean, does your operation contemplate being able to hook, unhook routinely from power and other facilities and hook it up to a truck and take it to an exhibit or a contest or some exhibition, or is this gonna be more of a permanent structure, I guess? is what I'm
It'd be more of a structure that would stay there for a lengthy amount of time. But it could be moved with a crane.
With a crane?
Yes, to get it up, because it comes in. We don't have it on wheels. Ours is going to be what they call, it's going to be on the ground or on some railroad ties.
Okay, the one I looked at here is on wheels. Is
Right,
it
that-
something you towed in with a vehicle,
Right.
not what yours is.
No, ours would be placed.
Would it be
Possible to have that as an option?
Jeanette, I got another question.
It could be.
On the back of the building right there, I noticed you've got the drawing of where the range would
Yeah, that's really big.
I also noticed there are several vehicles back there.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that those other businesses use that.
We've spoken to the
was my
businesses
question.
that would be affected with our range being behind there, and they're fine with it.
Everybody, every
Yes.
one of them?
No, we didn't speak to all of them down at this end, but we spoke to the ones that are closest to us, where the range would be. So it would actually extend, take up our facility and then extend into the next one over, and we've spoken with them, and they're fine.
Is it any way passable for the other people down there to go all the way around the building like they're doing now, or is
Yes,
this
sir.
thing set?
No, there's clearance to go around.
And I don't have an issue with it either, except for going back to the planning, because I think anytime we afford the opportunity to educate people on the proper handling of guns and how to properly fire them and which hands they shouldn't be in or not, I think that's an asset to your business anyway, so.
Thank
But
you.
I think
think-
that you going back and going to the Building and Planning Committee and coming back to us that way, and just making sure that the people around there don't have an issue, but I applaud your business. I bid on your gift certificates you had, and I'm very excited to come down there.
Absolutely.
The-
Looking forward to
The
it.
issue is, what is she gonna, if she doesn't need planning approval for this, what would she be going before them to
I think
ask?
because it's a,
For a public meeting to allow input,
Well, then, I think at that point,
yeah.
Come to us.
and to give the
yeah,
board
I
a
think
recommendation.
if it's not a zone, well,
Well, we'd
It's
have
not
to,
a
we'll have
zone.
to
either
do
be
some
us
zoning
or, okay.
ordinance. We'd have to have an ordinance, if I'm
But I
not
think-
mistaken.
I'm just,
for
yeah,
them
I'm just
to open
asking
and
the
do
question out
business.
loud to make sure we
So
get
that
it
would
right.
take some time.
I'll say, I like the idea.
I do.
really do, but
I
I
like
think,
it.
I agree. I think we need the public's input on it. I don't think this is something we should just decide automatically. But, like I said, I like the idea, but
Thank
I
you.
do want input from
Those around you that are
everybody
affected
around.
by it.
And would she not get that input if they went to planning and zoning, the opportunity to have them have a public hearing at that level?
That's what I'm
saying.
Yeah.
saying.
That
Like,
it needs to go back there.
Hey, Mike, have you checked, and I know this is too late to do this because we're not against everything, but have you checked like Gulfport's ordinance on live fire, or do you know, they have to be X amount of feet from residential structures?
Says that. I've looked and tried to figure all that out. It's really hard to serve there.
Harrison County has one that says you have to be 300 feet from a building,
Any building,
any building, yeah.
But I think that's open air.
Open
fire.
areas, yeah, so that,
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying, we could,
They don't
we could
have
be
it.
closed
Say this, there
shooting
are
range
houses
like
across the
this.
street from Gung Ho on North Street,
Yeah.
past Christian's, and it's not 300 feet.
I think what we did check with the pass on their gun ho, and the pass said, well, we don't got here, it didn't have any ordinances. So I don't know, and that's what we were told. I don't know if the person who answered us had any history on that, but we checked with Gulfport, Biloxi, Harrison County, past Christian, and then we reached out to cities similar to our size.
We were trying to contact cities through the manufacturer.
Right.
Sent me stuff. Did not receive any emails or anything back from them, but we were trying to, with an attempt to see what they were saying. But the cities that seemed to have it were larger cities.
Right. Yeah,
And
we
Gulf-
had some
I
cities
know-
with 100,000 population, and we wanted to try to get it down to us to look at. And we were prepared to be able to, we're hoping to prepare to bring to y'all what an ordinance might be if you wanted to look and consider this. We've asked for, where is the closest facility like this, that if it was within reason, maybe we go there and take our pistols and try it out. But, just to see for ourselves what the noise is inside while somebody's outside, listening to this. We were trying to get all the information we could to y'all.
well, and
So
I'll tell
there
you,
is no
there's a lot of
ordinance.
information here that is good as far as the
I
decibels.
bet there's a
compared-
YouTube video with one of them on it you could watch. And Jeanette, I would say that I'm not opposed. Like Timmy, I like the idea. I just think we may be procedurally deficient. I'd like to see planning and zoning.
we need to do our homework on it, make sure we get everything
Yeah.
right.
Yes, sir.
Is that-
Yes, sir.
is that
My
a
thing would just be if the
informal
neighbors,
motion?
give them the opportunity, but as far as the noise goes, I mean, we kind of have to take you for your word, and if it's not what it is, then
Address it that.
we would have to address it at that
Right.
point, you know? But I think we need to hear from just the
So
people.
I'd be willing to make a motion that we direct Jeanette to go to, before the Planning and Zoning Commission and then
I'll
go
second
from
that.
there.
For a public hearing?
Yes.
Wait a minute, now, we're gonna have to have an ordinance, if I'm correct, before we could approve a business. I mean, we gotta have some guidance on times, you know,
I think it would apply to any noise, just like any other business.
okay, well, y'all.
And if there's no ordinance against it, I don't think you'd have to have an ordinance for it.
I'm gonna have to research that a little bit, Mayor. I don't know, again, there's nothing in there that directly authorizes this type of use in our use chart,
ordinances.
but there's nothing that prohibits it either.
Right.
If we want to add it, then certainly we would have to adopt an ordinance amending the chart of uses, but let me check with some of our sister cities and how they have approached it while the planning commission is conducting a public hearing, and maybe I can give you some more guidance on that.
Okay, well, we've got a motion and a second. What was your motion, Pete?
My motion was the director to go to the, before the Planning and Zoning, before a public hearing, before coming back to us and see.
All right, we've got a motion and a second on that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. All right, next we have contract Artisan Pyrotechnics Incorporated, 4th of July fireworks. And motion, second, discussion and approval.
Motion.
Second discussion.
Discussion.
All right, this is just FYI, there'll be a grant applied for, Courtney, correct? And private donations, correct?
Just like last year. This is the same thing as last year's.
Okay, so we're not, as of right now, we're not taking any money out of our budget
Correct.
for this. And we did it last year, correct? Same thing. I was not here, that's what I'm asking.
Yes.
I
Okay.
wasn't here, but, yeah. That was the consideration again for the same thing we did have last year. You know, we're counting on others to make that happen.
But
And
we're
we had
having
worked
to
last
sign
year.
this contract to get the ball rolling.
Make sure we got them tied up.
Okay,
So,
It's a great event.
It
Thank you for
really
that
was.
last
okay.
all right, that's the motion and second to approve. We have any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have contract R.J. Young Company printer maintenance. This is pretty much a housekeeping.
Motion.
We got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have contract for the Sparklight Library Internet. Motion and second for approval. We have any discussion on this?
Denise, is this in the budget and everything?
And it is also. Back to the city through.
Good deal, thank you.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. In flavor? Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have Cadence Bank. This is a lease agreement, recreation pickup truck, and a motion second for approval.
Motion.
Discussion?
Same
Just,
thing, this was in the budget.
Yep, you beat me to it, Mikey.
It's a budget item.
We just had to separate the purchases because they were
Right.
Yep.
too far apart.
Yep. All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Library Board appointment, Denise, do we have anything that y'all have come up with, any recommendations from the boards? None from you? All right, any of the board members have any names to recommend? Angie, you
I don't
look
wanna
like
say
you
it
might have
public,
one.
But I might have one. I'll call and ask her.
I say,
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we table this, and we just, as board members, we reach out to see if we have any members of the community that want to serve.
All right, we've got that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Anybody that the board can reach out, anybody who in the city of Long Beach that may be watching our broadcast tonight, if they're interested in serving on the library board, please reach out to your alderman or our librarian, Ms. Denise Socia, and get your name here so we could get you in front of us. All right, I'll call for the.
No, you haven't called for the vote yet.
No, all right, any further discussion? All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have interlocal agreements in Harrison County. There's 4 of them here.
Could we take those individually? So we
Huh?
can get separate motions on these, because
Yeah,
there are
we're gonna
4
have,
individual?
and they're resolutions, so we're gonna have to do them one at a time. Number 1, on here is in your packet. It has to deal with, or even my packet has to do with roads, bridges, highways, approaches, and drainage, our law enforcement, our fire protection, and our parks and recreation. Counselor, do you see anything wrong with these?
I have. I've gone through all 4 of them, and as you indicated, they deal with interlocal agreements between the county and the city for everything from tax collections and tax assessor to transportation of prisoners and housing prisoners in Stone County and Harrison County to road and bridge workers with Harrison County. It's interlocal agreements that we routinely enter into, and I have looked at all 4 of them.
Okay, so we're ready to move for all 4 of them then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve number 1.
Motion.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those, roll call, resolution.
Aye.
Patrick, Pete?
Aye.
Donald?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Tim, Angie, and Bernie, aye. Okay, number 1 passes. Number 2,
Second.
we got a motion already on number 2?
Yes.
Okay.
On roads, bridges, and highways.
Well, it's a little bit more than that, I think. But anyway, all right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Roll
Number
call.
3?
Roll call.
Roll call, I'm sorry. Y'all rushed me up there and forgot about it. Patrick?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Donald?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Aye.
Angie? And Bernie? All right. Number 2 is approved. All right, number 3. Motion?
Second.
You got a motion and a second for approval of resolution number 3 with Harrison County.
For detainees.
There's not any charge on anything. I think it's just the updating the total agreements on all of them. So, we have a motion and a second on number 3. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none. Patrick?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Donald?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Tim?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Bernie.
Almost got you. All right. We got 4 here. Number 4, motion and second for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Roll call.
Roll call. Let's see if you was paying attention, Mike Brown.
I know what street I'm on now.
Yeah, Patrick?
Aye.
Pete?
Yes.
Donald?
Aye.
Mikey? Tim?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Bernie?
Aye.
Got there this time. All right, motion carries. All right, next we'll go to departmental business. Mayor's office, I do not have anything. I moved that to the counselor tonight, what I would have, so we'll move on from that. Personnel, fire department, we have a step increase of 2, education pay of 2, and 1 resignation. The police department, step increase 4, FTO pay 1, a resignation of 1, and unpaid military leave of 1. Bill department has a step increase, and the library has a step increase. Motion second for approval. We got a motion. We got a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, under the clerk, we have revenue expense report, February 2024. Motion second for approval.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second for approval. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have a scheduled work session, mid-year budget review, and bond issue, and a motion to approve. What date do we making a motion on?
I thought we already scheduled it.
I thought we did too.
No, we talked about
We
setting.
talked
one.
about setting, yeah, we had.
If y'all want to do the off Tuesdays, we have the 9th and the 23rd.
9th, we'll be out, I have to go to 23rd.
Okay. That good with y'all?
23rd, is that your motion, 23rd at 5?
Of April.
Of April, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. That, have a motion and a second to set the work session 5 PM on April 23rd. Any more discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have Fire Department Chief.
Yes, sir. I
You've
have
got-
two things. Through working on the EMS board for Harrison County, we finally got everything in place. It looks like Acadian will be our ambulance provider. They're getting ready to go, and it looks like they're going to start either April 30th or May 1st that night at midnight. That'll take place and is ready to roll. I wanted to remind everybody about our grand reopening of Station 3 at 10 o'clock on Thursday. I'd like to invite everybody out to come celebrate with us.
Yeah, if you get a chance to go by there and look at the station, it's a very attractive, nice station. The inside is done very well. Our architect did a great job that we were able to hire. And I want to go back to the ambulance service.
Yes, sir.
And allow you to explain. A lot of people don't realize that we're in with the county and work towards, they're the one that do it for all the county. It was all the county, but now it's just City of Long Beach, City of Pascagoula, Harrison County, and D'Iberville.
Gulfport and Biloxi went out on their own
Yeah.
and created their own EMS district.
Right.
And hired their own ambulance service.
Yeah.
So will they be stationed, are they doing like Gulfport and Biloxi, or are they gonna be kinda running out of the fire stations, they gonna have their own post?
They'll have posts.
Okay,
None of us agreed to the station.
okay.
And what we have to allow the municipalities to do participation in this is a committee that's formed with fire chiefs, sheriffs, to make sure that we have our input on what we need as a municipality. Don't forget that because we're a municipality, we're also still a taxpayer to the Harrison County.
Unlike before, Mayor, it's looking like we're gonna probably do quarterly reviews. Any type of complaint or what have you will be reviewed by the board, and if it falls into categories where the EMS provider can be fined for certain things that are in the contract, we have a little, we have a play in that now.
Right, and before we didn't, and this was very important, the committee was set up by the municipalities and Harrison County to assure that we getting even better coverage and emergency response than what we've had, and we'll continue through this board to move forward with increasing production to us.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to let the average citizen probably doesn't know what we go through to get to this point. We felt like it was a good contract. It includes education component to it for EMT to paramedic, and so which betters all of us in our response team. So
A lot of work, and I hope we better.
yeah, I think the new contract. I have nothing against AMR. I'm just saying the contract is probably a better contract than we've had in the past. So whether AMR or anybody else had got the contract, it was a better contract. So anybody have any comments? All right, thank you, Chief. Next, we have Police Department installation of 2 speed signs.
Motion.
Second. All right, got a motion and a second discussion. Chief, you want to talk about these?
Yeah, just real quick, we obtained a grant to place 2 permanent speed signs in school zones. One will be in the high school, middle school, school zone, another will be on Commission Road. They're permanent at the solar screen. We'll have coordinated with Public Works. They're going to help install them. They'll have a concrete base and decorative covering for that.
Okay. I like this statement in here that when alerted by a radar sign, drivers slow down up to 80% of the time. So, and these are two very important areas to us.
And it comes with a built-in calendar that will have the school's calendar, so the speeds will reflect
It'll cut off.
with the
Unlike the
school
other
zone
ones.
times, right?
Okay. We have a motion and second to approve this. Is there any discussion? Any more discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, next we have engineering. We have some change orders here. Number one is change order DNA Underground Troutman Basin Pump Station improvements. Motion second, discussion, approval.
Motion. Second.
All right, discussion, we have, I mean, what I read here, it's, you know, we've had rain delays and other delays that have, be it equipment backed up as such, so.
This
yeah.
is pretty common from time to time that we run into these extensions. Am I right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, on several projects.
So, just want to make sure that's.
Probably on every project that we've tried to do since we've been in office. So, all right, any further discussion? All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have final project closeout, David Rush Construction Fire Station Number 3. Motion and second for approval.
So moved. Second.
We got a motion and second. Any discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Next, we have the final project closeout, bottom to top construction, North Jeff Davis Extension, and motion and second to approve.
Move.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. I'd like to go back one before we got this on the, let me see if I got it right. On the Troutman Basin, you know, we had some trouble over there with some curbing that was put in, and there was a misread by a contractor to engineering elevations on that curbing that was put down. It was caught fairly quickly. It had to be taken out and replaced at the contractor's funding and not ours. And our engineering did their job and caught the area so that when it did get done, it was done right. So I just want to make that comment there, Dave. I forgot to make it under there. Next, we have status update, Harbor Eastern Bulkhead. Motion second, discussion.
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
I think it's kind of self-explanatory. We just kind of, this is something that, and then we're going to get approval from the county and so on and so forth.
Right.
So the county's probably not the issue, it's probably the Tideland, is that the fill on Tidelands is probably gonna be the issue?
It may be, since we're trying to request on the sand beach, we certainly feel the need to request the county's participation, but there may be some environmental issues.
DMR would be the one that helps us determine
That's correct.
the environmental, and that's where we go into to make sure we get it. If not, it's, you know, they'll have to figure out where else they're gonna put their stuff, because they certainly knew before we started that there was gonna be stuff there. So, but we're trying to work with them and help them out all we can to make this work, so. All right, there's no needed action for that. Next is the 2023 paving plan striping. Motion second, discussion.
Motion. Second.
All right, discussion.
Go for it.
Hearing none, all those in favor, aye. David, did you want to say something?
Just if you want to request the county to do the striping like they have done, I don't know if there's a resolution request.
Usually we do anything through the county, we usually do it in a resolution form. That's what they require. So I would recommend that, unless the council tells us different.
I thought the last time we talked, the county, we decided to go out on our own, like on Jeff Davis.
Jeff Davis, Jeff Davis was one that we wanted to get somebody else from, if I remember correctly, and I may be totally wrong.
So,
That was the ceiling of Jeff Davis, because the county no longer
Has that
is
contract.
involved in any of
so
that.
yes.
And do
Okay.
Can we make a,
Yes.
them for,
could we make a motion to approve this in resolution form? And he can, after this,
Yeah,
turn it
I think that
into-
would be safer.
use this
They can-
wording and just add it to a resolution?
as far as striping goes?
Yes,
Just for striping?
so
All right,
that they can
do we,
accept it.
can we just cover the city and not be specific on streets, Counselor? I mean, this is speaking about Beat Line Road and, you know, Commission Road and Daugherty Road to Klondike and,
So if I understand Patrick's request, is the resolution just with respect to having the county participate in the striping only?
that's what's on here.
He's asking you.
Yes, yes.
We have new pavement
And for
projects
striping.
coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
we could
I'll
do
do
that.
that.
I don't know how the county might not be receptive. They may not, and I'm not speaking for them. We may have to update them later with a list of what streets.
Right,
and
they
we can
will
handle
probably
that
want
if-
us to be,
Yeah, they're gonna
more
wanna be pretty
specific than-
specific about what we're doing, and I was just saying, if they were be receptive to this resolution with the streets and roads to be named at a later date to them, this will just cover all the city and within Harrison County.
yeah, and, I mean, if you, even if you do keep it broad, I mean, they will probably make, you know, the decision of which roads and
Right.
everything anyway, so.
All right, so you making that motion, in
Yes.
form of resolution to, the Board of Supervisors to include any street, avenue, lane, or paved road in the city of Long Beach for striping.
Second that motion.
And we got a second. Any more discussion? Roll call. Patrick?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Donald?
Aye.
Mikey?
Aye.
Tim?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Bernie?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. And next, we have Pineville Road widening and paving. Motion second, discussion?
Motion.
All right,
Second.
we got a motion and a second. Any discussion on this?
This is in our paving plan, and we're just using the land shapers to put the base down to widen the road, foot on each side, correct?
Well, there's some places where it's a foot, there's some places where it's 2 foot. We're
Okay,
not
to
going
widen the road.
anywhere wider than 2 foot.
And this is going from Beat Line to Espy.
That's right.
Yes.
And it would have land shapers doing that. This is really a win if this is good for y'all. It's very good to have them do it.
And then after we do that, they're coming and overlaying everything.
That's the reason it's so beneficial, is we can have them sister that work right one after the other.
All right. We got a motion and a second on this. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. What did I miss?
This is, I wanted to ask David about this.
Yeah, this is under engineering. There's a question.
Yeah,
that
this
we-
is on the 716 Briarwood. I did not put it on the agenda because you said that it's under the ARPA funds, correct?
That's
Or-
correct. I think the city is currently advertising to select engineering for those kinds of services, and the Briarwood and Parkwood were both awarded via ARPA funding and ARPA/MCWI funding.
So, David, I mean, I'm trying to get a little, this is 716 Briarwood, so that would probably fall under that.
As far as I know, it does, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Yeah. That's what, because I mean, y'all can read, I know y'all can read this letter, so.
Put that letter in here, I forgot it. All right, next, department heads, Public Works. Mike, you have anything you'd like to, you all right?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Bob, anything you'd like to report? Okay, thank you. Building office, Mike Gunlock, you're good? Okay. Next, we have municipal court. Okay, thank you. Harbor, part-time employees.
So Bernie and I have been in contact with David, and we're getting ready to run into a problem. There's 4 full-time employees there with no part-time, and now we're getting into their vacation time, so on and so forth. So we can either do one or two things. We can reinstate one part-time employee, which could work less than 20 hours a week, unless it's for vacation, and he could work up to whatever, as long as it's not it'd be temporary, and, or we can close the harbor when they're on vacation. And I don't think we need to do that, because we have a lot of machinery down there, we have a lot of, different things going on down there.
Is everybody going on vacation at the same time?
No, but if you lose one, you lose, a shift. You only have 4 shifts.
Then you pay overtime.
Yeah, then you're gonna have to pay overtime, which is gonna
This
be
is
a
what
lot more
we
than.
discussed this during the budget
Correct.
time
Right.
too, when we cut it.
So I'd like to make a motion that we assign or hire a part-time employee back.
Second that.
Got a motion and second to hire another, part-time employee to the harbor guards. Is there any more discussion?
David, you have any? No, you okay?
We,
Well, I'll just have to, my scheduling, if somebody has to take off vacation, I'll just have to work with that person.
well, you
Off some hours during the week or,
your part-time employee can work go back to your 4 hours, 5 days a week, unless somebody is off and then you put him in that position.
then I can just shuffle hours around with the part-timer.
But if somebody's off 40 hours, he can work the 40 hours. We'll have to get with you, or the mayor or Keeney
Yeah,
or somebody.
we
get
can
with
work
you.
that out
Yes,
with
that's
you.
easy.
Okay,
An emergency, whatever.
yeah. Okay, we got a motion and second. Is there any more discussion?
I know we had 2 down there. One of them supposedly got another job, so we're gonna hire the one that we kind of laid off, but not, I mean, I think we need to, because he's got the experience. Okay? That's my only question. I'm not telling you what to do, but, all right.
What you said was you was inviting him to look at the previous part-time employee that had to be cut from budgets.
Correct.
That's what I thought you said. All right, any more discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Let's see. Harbor Community Affairs. Ms. Courtney, you have anything for us?
Yeah, we have our city Easter egg hunt on Saturday, and then on Sunday, First Baptist has their Easter egg hunt.
Gonna be good weather both
Yes,
days.
yes, I hope so.
So, yeah, and that's good. The Easter egg hunt on Saturday and the First Baptist Easter event on Sunday, these are free things for families to bring their children out to participate in. Yeah, we've got a lot of that kind of stuff goes on in our city.
And then Touch a Truck last weekend, I think the estimated attendance was over 2,000 people.
Yeah, I know it was very packed.
That's just by us counting on our fingers,
the
so
clicker.
I'm sure there's people who slipped through.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was tremendous, crowd down there, and the children, to be able to see the children playing on this equipment, and their eyes and excitement was wonderful. That's another good event that we have. Okay, we have anything for derelict properties? I don't see anything. Report from our city attorney.
Mr. Mayor, I'd request the board consider going into executive session to discuss potential harbor restoration litigation.
Okay, we got, do we have a motion to go in executive session? We got a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Motion to come out of executive session, no action taken.
Second.
Got a motion to second. Any discussion? All those in favor, aye? Aye. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Third, fourth.
Favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carries.